There I was, standing on stage in front of thousands of people at the International Beauty Show. All eyes were on me. My hair was done, my outfit was perfect, and I knew I looked fly. The lights came up, the music started, the show began, and the lead stylist leaned over and whispered, "Cathy, do you know you got on two different color shoes?" I looked down at my shoes. One was black, the other was navy blue, and there was no time to change. So I just strutted across that stage like those mismatched shoes were the latest trend in the fashion industry. I felt so embarrassed all day long thinking about the fact that I had on two different color shoes and I was praying that nobody in the audience would notice. What the damn good. That day was one of the most difficult moments I had faced at that point in my life. Years later, I was faced by something far worse. I was crying so hard I couldn't stop. 32 hours earlier, I found out my son was dead. He had been killed in Iraq. I was so broken and angry, I didn't know what to do. I wanted to cry more, but the tears suddenly dried up. I sat there on the floor at the side of the bed with my oldest son, Glenn. He was just holding me. We were alone in that back room at my mother's house. I was in so much pain. I didn't want anyone to see me. I told my mother, don't allow anyone into that room. I just wanted to be alone with my son. It finally hit me. I had to get up and go home because I knew the media would eventually show up. I had to pull myself together. I needed to be able to speak up for my son. I had made up my mind. I was not going to allow myself to stay in that painful place. It hurt too bad. I was so angry, but I wanted the anger to go away. When the funeral was over, my son was dead. The pain and the anger still remained. I refused to let that be the end of his story or mine, nor was I going to allow this pain to be ignored. It was too much devastation for me. In my grief, someone told me to speak with my congressman about why there wasn't enough money to bury my son. That led me to discover information about the death benefit and question it. Eventually, I had a bill submitted to Congress in his name. That was my aha moment. Grief took on a new purpose for me. I had to stand up and fight, not only for myself, but for other families. Being of service to other families helped to ease my own pain. I realized I could turn my son's tragic death into something meaningful and not allow it to make me feel that he had died in vain. I decided to turn my pain into power. That was my first step towards being of service. I could become a voice and be of service to all the families who were losing loved ones to war. Really, who was I to think that I could make a difference by asking questions about something of which I had no clue? Being of service gave me somewhere else to focus my feelings. I started showing up everywhere that I thought I could be of service, speaking out. The more I leaned into service, the more my grief took a back seat. I went all in as a volunteer, advocate, and a servant. A study conducted by Seoul National University showed that among bereaved parents, volunteering, particularly volunteering 100 hours per year, led to better well-being, and volunteering 1 to 99 hours per year led to a larger increase in life satisfaction over time. When we discover that each act of service, no matter how big or small, not only gives us a little piece of ourselves back, but fuels our passion to do more. When we show up for others, we notice glimpses of the mothers that we used to be. Little by little, we are healing our grief. Purpose gives pain a place to go. Service becomes the bridge from survival to strength. Start small. Show up for someone else to listen. Share a kind word. Volunteer at a local event. Ask yourself, who can I serve? Or how can I help? It may just be a phone call, one conversation, one step outside of your pain. Find the cause that connects to your heart. It could be writing a letter, speaking at a support group, or simply sitting with someone else who's hurting too. Purpose doesn't always come in grand gestures. Sometimes it's found in the silent decision to rise and reach back. When grieving Gold Star mothers choose to take purposeful action by serving others, they can rise above their sorrow and anger and start living again. Today, I want you to pick up the phone, call someone who has been on your heart, and ask them, how can I serve you today? If we strive to rise above our grief, we can all live more fulfilled lives filled by purpose.